The room went completely silent when Chuck Norris hit the mat. For a few seconds, nobody moved. Across from him stood a female judo champion who had just thrown one of America's most respected martial artists with a perfectly timed technique. The spectators had expected Norris to dominate. Instead, he had been beaten. And that was only round one. The champion looked across the mat, breathing steadily. She knew exactly what had happened. Norris had underestimated the timing of her entry, and she had punished the mistake immediately. A few people in the crowd exchanged surprised looks. Chuck Norris simply stood up. There was no anger on his face, no argument, no excuse. He adjusted his uniform, looked at his opponent, and quietly stepped back toward the starting position. That reaction made the room even quieter, because everyone expected round two to be about revenge. But Norris had something else in mind. The hypothetical encounter becomes especially interesting because Norris understood something many fighters learn only after years of competition. Losing a moment does not necessarily mean losing the lesson. Norris had begun his martial arts journey with judo while serving in the U.S. Air Force in Korea. He later became a champion in karate and eventually one of the most recognizable martial artists in the world. But experience does not make a fighter unbeatable. It makes him better at recognizing mistakes. And round one had just given Norris a very clear one. The champion expected him to attack immediately. He didn't. Instead, Norris watched. He watched her feet, her balance, the distance between them, the moment she shifted her weight. Then the signal came. Round two began. The champion moved first. But this time, Norris was ready. He didn't try to overpower her. He didn't rush. He waited for the same movement that had worked in round one. And when she committed to it, Norris stepped away from the line of attack. The throw never happened. The audience suddenly realized what he had been doing. He had been studying her. One exchange became two, then three. Each time, Norris remained patient. The champion was still extraordinarily skilled. But now the first round surprise was gone. Norris had adapted. And then came the moment nobody expected. Instead of trying to embarrass his opponent, Norris stopped the exchange and offered her a nod of respect. The crowd reacted immediately. The message was simple. He wasn't trying to prove that she had been lucky. He was showing that the first round had taught him something. That is what makes the hypothetical story powerful. The most impressive part wasn't whether Norris could win the second round. It was what happened after he lost the first. A weaker competitor might have become frustrated. A more insecure fighter might have blamed the rules. But the disciplined fighter asks a different question. What did I miss? That mindset was consistent with Norris's own advice about competition. Study the opponent. Concentrate on what you're doing. Control stress, and learn from mistakes. And that's why the imaginary round two would have shocked everyone. Not because Norris suddenly became stronger, not because the champion suddenly became weaker, but because the man who had just been defeated refused to let defeat control his emotions. He adapted, he learned, and he came back differently. That's the lesson behind the legend of Chuck Norris. Real martial arts aren't simply about winning every exchange. They're about what a fighter does when something doesn't go according to plan. And sometimes, the most dangerous opponent isn't the person who never loses. It's the person who learns from every loss. Note, this story is a fictionalized cinematic scenario, not a verified historical Chuck Norris match.